FM. My name is Evelyn Selassie, and you are welcome to today's show on Gospel 101. When then Suj Mediani Sono, you begin Komo Afa, my talent and the gospel. I have here with me two fine gentlemen, and don't be boa ama ye komo chicheno. Ako enimyepa, and I know you are going to learn a lot about them. But before then, no make us say, and Deju Mediano said I'm di kind and ye share my talent and the gospel. Ain't no ye di kind I issue disclaimer say Niayaya Wahabia is still within the gospel setting. Enye bibia outside. Ya na ya de boa nyamesom. Ain't no emaye mfano ewo different way. It was your for me mama kwaba.
Yeah.
I hope say nyame adom ye ho ye pa.
Nyame adom ye ho ye. Na so eh. You're looking beautiful.
Yeah, I'm looking beautiful. Thank you for the compliment. Okay, Auntie, I'll give you the chance for you to tell us a little about yourself.
I should start?
Yes, please. Tell now, baby, so you will start.
Well, my name is Bernard Akon. I'm an electrical engineer by profession.
Okay.
And I'm an avid teacher, so math related. But now I'm mostly known for what I do, and I'm a magician. So that's what I do. Yeah.
All right.
And that's a little about me.
I see. That's interesting.
Pressure. The way you've loaded the pressure right now.
No pressure. What pressure?
Anyways, I talk and I write. And so you can say that I'm an adroit talker and a writer. I write, I perform poetry. Yes, and I'm an author. I'm a published author of currently one child's book. And so yes, basically Alex likes to talk and he likes to write. And the name is Alexa J. Sapon, but out there on stage I'm called the Kobe Lexus.
Oh wow. That's so interesting. And then when you say you're a casafa, you're ready
to dangerous, but you
Okay, so can you share with us your talents? I mean, what specific talents are to me? I can say, oh, you also a magician.
Yeah, my specific talent is magic, doing stuff to amaze people and entertain people. In the idea made to me, I am a man for one. Yes, okay. That's basically me.
So yeah, one name.
What kind of say I won't from?
Until now, our service is you.
Our
service is you. Right. Okay. Alex.
I think the basic talent, the raw one, is my ability to be fluent in talking and to write. But whilst moving forward, to me who know in other aspects. Like if I teach, you see that I am able to do it easily. If I am lecturing, that's the same as teaching. If I am doing some public speaking or anything, it easily branches there into a interest in a lot of other things, talking, shaping national narratives, and a whole lot of things. Into the basic one is the talking and the writing. Into and I utmi huno in utmi huni in a whole.
It's saying now because we see developers are talents. No, would you say it was something you were born with, and not say you were intentional about it? Say.
Okay. So this is I am quite an environmentalist, and in the sense that you were two different ways. Almost say nipa to me enya bibi like oteteno. Yeah. And I think the environment shapes you.
Sure.
Intina me hunu say asafo no ye very critical because say akwalani hunu ho asafo mu hunu in parenting omo shaping you in a certain way or pick certain traits into onya desire for that trait na and no mu no benya develop some talent in it. I don't think yes, I believe that God blesses us with these things. Yeah. But I think the environment also plays a critical role in raising us in those aspects. Yeah. I think I was shaped by the church, by Bebi Ahodwa Nyamedemiafa, from being, I was giving birth to in Nkoko, taken to a village, brought back to Accra at a young age, back to a village. I think all these places that I've passed, one way or another, have shaped me to pursue outside to university, and everything has shaped me one way
But
or
as you were growing up, no, now who say sa kasa ne wo honom, and I got to a point at a certain age now who say ube to me akasa.
Me son, me papa ot school or a proprietor.
Okay.
Inti me papa a proprietor. Any teachers no go and do the play. Go and do the this, the that. They introduced me to the stage, and the Adventist church too also played a critical role, because usana kona kwa memory mujina ho kokan we. At a very young age, I was going to the pulpit because na a hono baby ana misha mi no ye kra kakra into children's service na shada anye into we are quite good pena ye piano ma ukoko yi benefit chere and all that. So all those shaped me.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think I also too along his lines, right? There is always the debate between nature and nurture. For mine, I think it's a combination of the nature aspect and the combination of the nurture, right? For what I do, you need to be able to talk to people. You need to be able to overcome stage fright. You need to be able to have the courage to speak anytime, right? And growing, me papa kasa or kasa pa, me papa so kasa so yes, I don't know if I was born with it, but yes, the environment influenced me. Now to build upon it, my dad also was a magician. He did magic. I saw him perform a couple of times in church, right? Yeah, well, Domi I mean, but Domi you would see him during 13th Sabbath. He would perform magic to enlighten people. And see, almost a monkey see, monkey do. So more or less, I think I picked up that thing from him. But magic is a combination of a couple of things. You need to be ambidextrous, right? By that I mean, aside that, your hand-to-eye coordination, right? So those things also count. That aside, you need to be a very deep thinker and creative. It is anima way in kaboom. Like he was saying, baby offer and near my experiences are would bring out certain things. At the end of the day, I could have been a comedian because comedians also talk. Growing up, I knew I was also funny. People always say I'm funny, so I could have also been a comedian. But then along the way, you realize, okay, comparing comedy and this, I am well suited to do this, or I am more passionate about this, and that's how come we get to capitalize on a certain aspect of our talent. Then again, what he mentioned was about the fact that you have one main one and you're able to divert also comes to play. I'm a magician, but then in my performances, especially on stage, it's quite funny, so it's a bit of comedy related. So sometimes talent isn't just one aspect or just one thing where you're able to say this is only magic and magic alone, but you might be able to combine a couple of other things.
Oh, okay. And what's that say? How was the support like from the family and then the church?
I think from a young age, if you come back from Osaiba free school, but now I say, oh, yes, I mean poetry near there, not only problem from the parent side. I also mean, yeah. I feel what SSA also say the other performing poetry. Come on, go and find something better to do. And see, yes, we've had that back and forth. I think it was just 2018, a few months before my father would pass away, was when my father accepted that this is one of my callings, or this is my calling, and I should do something with it. A few months before he passed away. And see, it was not easy. When it comes to church, I would say there is more room for improvement when it comes to the church accepting talent and seeing talent as something that can actively spread the word of God farther and faster. And I am choosing my words carefully. If the church knows how to manage talent, it would spread the word farther and faster, because talent, one, gathers followership quickly, it gathers viewership quickly, I won't mention names, but yebenya jump to 4B war Ghana, more. They are gospel musicians, more on VGMA stage are projected on my sorry din. Like a project are sorry needing. And you know, if the church would see talent as a way that we can use to penetrate the world, as a way that we can use to spread the gospel, we will see numbers getting to know about Jesus, and we will see a lot of people coming to Jesus.
So are you doing the poets no full time and I say part time?
I don't, what part time, full time. For me, I always write. Into Mesori and maybe I'm writing. I have lots and lots of pieces from every night. Performing them, no. And sometimes maybe I'll break to go study. But when I do it when and where I get
But
events.
It's just the writing.
Yes. Or anything I do.
For sure, then you go and do.
For
But
now.
it's not like you are working with a company or you are
No. For now, it's just that.
Okay, all right. Yeah, to you.
Maybe
Ghana.
they will be break. Oh, yeah.
Yes. And so far, how is the relationship with the church name?
Family.
Family, no.
Well, so let me start with family. Initially, when I started, the support was really abysmal, and I understand them both from family and from church. So this is it.
You said say now papaya magic.
Yeah. So I'll
I'll
explain. This is it. You've sent your son to the university. He's graduated, and he was a teaching assistant, and of no smaller program than electrical engineering. To the extent that if they were looking for people to sponsor, that's it. And now this person comes out and says, "It's magic I'm doing." Right? So it's one of two things: either he's crazy or he's crazy. Right? So, so family, when it started, they were against the notion of, hey, no, go and do this same page. It keeps coming until the first check appears, and they're like, okay. Then it keeps coming, and they realize, okay, he's making headways, right? So now my family is okay with it. And even if they are not okay, they can't do anything.
Finances needing and they had an issue. Say
not finances personally.
They don't like.
So
but
it wasn't
of the money they are quiet.
No, it wasn't about finances per se, and it was far from what I was doing, because my dad used to do magic. So the issue of so and I make her say it wasn't about that per se, but it was about the societal projection on you. Like what could school why like society actually has projections on people, right? They set a standard school for whoever it is. So because I was going against that status quo, that's what brought about the rejection in one way or the other. But at the end of the day, they realized, okay, it's not as though he was being ordinary or he was doing just anything. It's very okay, so we can accommodate it now. Now, when it comes to the church, I think what I do is on the extreme side of the spectrum of what the church will accommodate as an acceptable talent, right? So the church might, if you have to look at it, the church will promote talents like music.
Yeah.
And what else? I think music, yes. So the church will promote something like music. If I was an artist painting, I would have garnered more support than the magic. So the magic is it's like it's an anathema to the SDA sect. And the SDA, because of what we see. But then, for what I do, once there is an understanding that this is what is happening, this is what I use it for, then you shouldn't have brought that. But I realize that for most of the authority, and this is not against them, I totally understand them. they are supposed to be guides for
Yes. Yes.
not even the young ones alone, but for the whole congregation. They are supposed to guide us. So
Yeah.
if they see you go in a certain light which
Yeah.
goes against or
Unfamiliar.
seemingly against, I mean, seemingly against the precepts of the Bible, then it's up to them to call attention to it. So yes, I've received a couple of backlash. I've received a couple of talking against and all those things, and I totally understood. And it was
And did you try explaining things
Oh,
to
yeah,
them?
yes.
And did they get the understanding?
yeah, I did. Now, what I'm talking about with regards to the church supporting talent isn't even about myself, because I'm an aberration. I'm totally different from this whole conversation, right?
Are you? You're not.
Oh,
We can have a conversation that will still.
no. That, but I'm like on the extreme end. Right?
Well.
So I'm just talking to encompass talents in general. I think the church needs to build a robust system for supporting talent. And this conversation I had with a couple of my fellowship members from KNUST, and I was saying that usually we are like, will be a blue, we are sana.
The church recognizes.
We claim the person as
Yeah.
part of us,
Yeah.
and that doesn't really work.
But
If
don't you think, say, me is about spirituality, no? Because
no, I'm coming. I'm making a point.
okay.
The church is a spiritual entity, but then we live in the world, so it's a worldly entity. So in as much as that's why when Jesus preached, he did the miracle of the food for people to eat. So it wasn't only about the bread of life, but it was about the bread that will sustain you for you to get the eternal life. Now the church focuses mostly on the spiritual aspect. That's why our talent or the church's focus is on the people who sing mostly, because on obey me, you do say yeah,
People say we, yeah.
on obey,
That's why I'm saying I preach
Yeah.
about.
So that's where it is. But then we are realizing that talents are ways of drawing people. I know various churches that utilizes a lot of their talents. Like I have, once you enter this space, you get to know a lot of other. I have painters, right, who do live painting, and they are used in their church. And imagine this person posts about it. Oh, I painted in my church. I painted my pastor. That alone is enough gospel to any aspiring painter. Okay, if I want to paint, then maybe if I join his church, maybe I'll get the support I need. But then there is the aspect actually. It's like we wait once you blow. Oh, yes, asafunu me. But that's what happened for everybody. For Kobe to become a poet, he did things on his own.
Sure.
I'm not obviating the role the environment had, but if the church had a robust system to see that, okay, from the very younger age, Kobe is a good orator. Okay, how can we help him? Okay, Kobe, you know what? Sa Papa we are saying, go and understudy him. Then the church is bringing about people who are doing well in certain fields and connecting them with young talents. Then in that way, no matter where Kobe reaches, you'll be able to say, me to make us say, sorry, and a boy, me say. Do you get it? Imagine when I started and there was a conscious effort that, okay, he's entering the entertainment space. As the entertainment, I am boss here, but who else stops him? Entertainment, like, and I'm talking
There
about
can be-
let's say
there-
the secular entertainment,
Like other things apart from music.
Yeah,
or other things
So you're
inclusive.
Oh, when it comes to music, the other we had
Okay.
stars.
Oh, for when it comes to music, then no.
We had stars. We have
We have
superstars.
stars.
But
Say I can't comedians.
Baba.
Yeah.
We have superstars. We have superstars.
But I'm talking about, yes, so in essence, imagine they are like, okay, Bernard is now entering the entertainment industry. Can we connect him up with certain entertainment giants, or not even the entertainment, someone over there, but we know people who are into entertainment industry. They might not be performers themselves, but they know these people. Can we link them up with people and stuff?
Sure.
Now, once they do that, forever, wherever I reach, I know, oh, my first boost came from the church. I was giving this analogy, and I was like, when I was struggling to gain followers on Instagram, right? I'm not so much bothered about it, but now it counts. People will look at you. Okay, what's your handle? Oh, he has this number of followers. Imagine I was in KNUST and I was a teaching assistant. Imagine us at that time, the fellowship they had said,
Let's
"Ben,
all go
come
there and
forward."
follow.
Then the president would make the announcement. We have a brother who is a magician and he's doing
That's
this.
why I was
Let's-
trying to say, sir, and don't you think, sir,
I'm-
magic no any
Yes.
any
And-
one who needs to
And I make her say, "Mami, you magic
Yes.
nimpo in free so, in free ho." Any other talent, we don't do that for them. That conscious effort is not
right.
there.
So how
So-
can you say through magic no spread the gospel?
Maybe, but in the I would touch on that real quick. But in that light, if they had called me forward and like, "This is our brother, let's all go and follow him." In himself, my first 20 followers came from the church. My first 100, and those are the formative
Yeah.
ones. If I reach
Has an
1,000
effect on you, of course.
followers, the next 10 doesn't really count. I don't really value it that much. But the 10 from the beginning really counts. So I think the church needs to build systems,
Sure.
right? That would nurture talent so that they are fed back into the whole
Of
thing.
course.
Now about how I use my talent to further the
Spread,
gospel.
yeah.
Kobe knows what I do, and my talent when I'm performing, there is always a storyline. I've performed at a lot of other churches other than the SDA church, and that's the sad thing, because when I'm supposed to do at my church, there is that kind of pause on it. Now, when I do my magic, I used to deliver a lesson. Aside that, I used to always tell people this is devoid of any spiritism. When I go on TV and they ask, I always tell them I'm a proud Seventh-day Adventist. I still go. And I think it's worse because I've gotten my head. Yeah.
Say tricks nowadays.
As to whether it's tricks or whatever it is, it's up to people's judgment. But I always state emphatically, there is nothing spiritual about it.
Okay.
There's nothing spiritual about it.
Right.
So that is clear.
So
I
a
go on
little,
TV.
a little display. You get to do a little
Oh,
display.
no,
say.
the display
So
there.
yeah, we want to know how
It works.
it works. And saying naka, let's assume say who states this here. Saying that open say one can gospel in trend for how is it going to be like?
Okay, so stage acts are different from close-up ones, but I'll just do something little. I think I came with, yeah. I'll just do something little and I'll create a storyline out of it.
Okay.
Okay, so all these cards are different. I think. Okay, right. I don't know. Okay, I'm sending you that. Yeah, I'm sure that's this card. Okay, I'm coming. Let me just give a quick mix of the cards and. Okay, just a quick mix. Right.
And your mommy will make
Oh, no, feel free.
Mommy makes it. I want to
What they are saying, baby?
The first storyline is that saying that Thomas ye Jesus Christ wanye and you say what is what name.
Okay, so just to confirm, cards are different, right? Like so that the camera sees it, right? This is what we will do. You remember the creation story?
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened? Are you sure you remember? Okay, so let's do this real quick. Say stop.
Stop.
Okay, so right there, pick this card, but don't watch. You remember the creation story? In the beginning, after the light and all those things, God saw that everything was good. That was the shuffling. What was left? He said, let's what? Create man. And of all the things, I think you selected a king that will represent man. You can check. Okay, so that was it, right? Okay, right. Now we move on. You went for what the Queen of Hearts,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The Queen of Hearts. Because you're a lady, open your hands and let's. Now when
That's all right.
no, you can bring this closer. When I give you the Queen of Hearts this way, right? And I do this thing. It's 2 actually. But the Queen of Hearts actually calls onto the King of Hearts in this way.
I see. Yeah, sure. Say, oh, dear, we know now when you.
No, but that's the essence of the story. That a woman alone doesn't stay. It always works with the Queen of Hearts. This is just a little sample on what it's about. Let me go into what I do apparently to show you. Now, this is not okay. Select any card at random, any random one.
Let me also.
Hey.
Thomas, we different level. Thomas Pro Max.
Let me also. And select.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, feel free. Select any card.
Okay, let me take this.
Yeah.
Mention their shit has said. Sorry.
Oh,
Can
you,
I look at it?
yeah, feel free.
Okay. I sure I didn't see it.
No. Show it to the camera. I don't want to watch.
You don't want to watch.
Like, I've seen this over and over.
So this is what
Yeah.
I picked. Okay.
It's
Should I
yeah.
give
Give
back?
it to me. It's
I thought I can't say something about it.
no, I can say a lot of things about it, but that's not the problem.
Okay.
When I keep it somewhere in the middle, right? Would you believe your card is on top now? No. It's not on top, right? But this is the lesson. Man is such that when we lose ourselves and we go deep within ourselves and see the talents God has given us, He always lifts us up. Snap your fingers. And that's a believe in yourself. You always come up that way.
Like, how?
No, do you get it? This was the card you selected. So now let's do that. Let's go again. So that same card, people will put you down, will throw you away. You wouldn't be at the bottom. You wouldn't be at the top. You'll be found lost amidst the whole chaos.
Sure, that's
But
why it puts me there.
yes,
Uh-huh.
but then there is always that moment where grace or whatever it is able to find you. Snap your
Exactly.
fingers to represent the grace.
Let me use this one again.
Uh-huh. Then you always come up again.
Like, what is this?
So it could happen. So yes, you would be put amidst toils and stuff. Once you believe in yourself, you have faith, you always come up.
So if I don't do this, then the card will come.
Yeah,
That's your faith.
if you can put it in the middle. Once you don't do that, it won't come up. Snap.
Why is it that way? Why should it be that way?
But then the last
Because
part
if
is
I'm attaching
what?
my faith, then I think there's some sort of spirituality in this.
so that's what I'm saying. Watch, this wasn't your card, right? But once you shake it like this, it turns into your card.
Like how? Because I did this. Eh?
So anyways, like I'm saying, this is just an impromptu. I had to get something. Like, it's all about how you deliver a message. We all have messages to deliver. In the music people sing, it's just melodies and notes and stuff.
Sure.
But it's the words that make them
Of course.
gospel, right? And that's what is necessary. The talent is having a nice voice, being able to put some tunes together, right? Then what makes it essential to the gospel is the words and the way you carry the whole thing across.
Exactly.
Magic could be used for a lot of things. I could perform at various stuff, but then the moment I decide to attach a message that promotes the gospel and stuff, it makes it better. Then another way I use my magic to promote the gospel is by making sure people know that I'm Adventist. Wherever I go, I state emphatically that I'm SDA, and it's always sparked that question. SDA any partner we say the fact that on that show you're able to mention SDA like 3 times or more is enough
course.
advertisement for someone
the
to know,
church.
okay, there is a group of people called SDAs. Yeah, so I think that's it about my side. Yeah.
Alright, sure. Whoa.
You can feel-
I don't know what to say. Like, I don't
Can feel the nerves and the goosebumps.
So coming to you, Alex, it's also your turn so to do some magic.
My magic.
Do some magic with
my-
your
my-
words. Yes.
my-
Oh, magic know your words.
My magic is in words. Quickly to me doing some things. My style is mostly I bridge it. So I call my style a bridge. And it is I am alternate between English and Chi. So if you hear the Chi, I mean that is how we want to run the show, anyways. Okay. Yirifia nkama kunya nkropon. Wona audio cherema bayo. Yirifia nkama kwa na audio cherema bekro. Opreke se ja na edu kokko kotoko sono mene sono tete ampo nyina mo anya nkropon. Twedu ampo ni wudin. Mankata kata manso anwona to kiti kata kata chie. Mighty is he and he alone. He that sits on the highest throne. Kings born have grown or been overthrown, yet immortality in perfection remains his own. Grace of the morning and peace of the night. Protector of the needy and the helpless is night. Illumination to the lost and in darkness light. In your glory, Lord, how can we behold your sight?
So what's the title of this poem?
It's titled A Freestyle for Gospel 101.
I didn't see that. Oh, that's so interesting. So, I mean, sharing an example with us, what can you say was a challenge you saw coming up, and how did you overcome it?
I realized that acceptance of what I was bringing up will be a great challenge. So, oh, yes, because especially when you look at where I am coming from, a family of we are 7 children,
Okay.
where everybody is like, you are very brilliant. This guy will be a lawyer. No, I'm the Sith. But I mean, everyone has their
Do
own.
you think you could have still done what you are doing now if you were to be the first?
I
could never know.
Yes, it could have happened. Well, I don't know the
Just as you-
well, yes,
how things
especially because I am stubborn with my choices.
Yes.
So it would have happened.
I think that's a trait of most creatives.
Exactly, because they say
Yeah.
a wise man once said, for you to make something different and great, you have to either be so faithful or be so crazy. Like you need a pinch of madness to be able to step out of the norm, out of the status quo. And that pinch is in each of us. Those that want something different. Ghana is going this way. Do you want to enter politics and be the difference? Like, you need to be really mad to think like that. Sure. That you can enter there and be the difference. The healthcare. I was listening to Mr. Boateng, Kusi Boateng, Professor Kusi Boateng. He was saying healthcare. He's thinking of Ghana having healthcare where we'll do heart transplants, organ transplants by accident. And I'm like, you need to be crazy to be thinking this, because in Ghana, somebody, when you accidents now, so this is the kind of thinking we had, and we used it to challenge that no matter what. And I'm saying this to any young person out there, akwada, opeso ya nwinsem, opeso draw, any type of talent out there. Know within yourself that this is what God has given you. Know within yourself that you want to better it. And bettering it, every time you need practice. Sure. Every time. I know an artist friend, Padiki, the one that did the paintings for the GWR, Guinness World Record. Mm-hmm. She says she paints about 50 or 100 paintings every night. Like that. So that is it. You need to practice whatever you are doing. Me, I write. I go to the bathhouse. I start with my sponge. I remember something. I stop bathing and go and take my phone and type. And so you need to be that dedicated. You need to practice. And whatever challenges that come, know that you will overcome it. And please use your talent also to push the gospel agenda. Right. Wherever you go to, you can use it to make the money, do everything. But at the end of the day, push the gospel agenda.
So I think the challenges will be a lot. It depends on what we want to talk about. The challenges will be challenge about mastery, challenge about finances, challenge about the society you find yourself in, challenge about self-crisis. There are the times that when you start, you'll be like, goodness, Why didn't I continue the electrical engineering?
It's true.
I said my mistake.
Because the support was not
Yeah.
coming.
Then there are also times that there are also times that like, Charlie, nah, the way I saw it, it'll be so. People are backlashing, right? So the beauty of what we are doing is in the journey, right? Once you surmount a certain challenge, you become better by the day, right? So for me, challenge has been a lot of various things, from financial, where I started and for a couple of years or months, there was no substantial income
Of course.
coming in, no pay. You were
free show.
I remember I performed at a place, and at the end of the day, all those they paid, of all the performers, the crowd actually said they loved my pattern, but I was the only one
who didn't get paid.
I was the only one.
Your brain, any problem, say, is it not a challenge?
Yeah,
Like,
at the
say,
church.
Baby, and I say, baby, cramp, now can say, yes,
Any day. I saw any day. Or maybe a year which I say, yeah, from there. That's why. But I think there are two sects in the church. There are people who see it and like, no, there is nothing wrong with it. And there are people who see it and like, SDA4, yeah, and you say. And I think that has to do with the generational gap, right? The very old people are usually against my hair. I understand them because growing up, this wasn't what, yes. And the younger people see it and they are hailing me.
So
for whoever I am, I'm not moved by the praise or the backlash.
But it's still a challenge to you because people do complain
somehow,
about it.
Maybe.
Right. But who feel behind
cry.
Right.
And you biumpo
So how do you see your talent growing into the future, Alex?
It is becoming so great. When we started, like he was saying, we have walked.
Literally,
we understand Jesus walking with his talent to Gethsemane and other places. Like we have walked. I remember Sai Shompingba some time back, and there's this manager that was there. If you are still there, please forgive me. But I mean, they've all contributed to our growth. And after the event, we had to say, "Oh, I would have paid you," and the payment was 100 cedis. And he said, "Oh, I will call you within the week." But I went there with my mind on that 100 cedis that I will use some as transport back home. So I had to walk from Laboni to Dakuman that night with a friend. But it is no more like that. It is going. People are accepting that we can do a lot of things. I have worked now. A poet can be on a show and be paid 3,000, 5,000. It is getting better. Sure. It is getting better. And by the policies that we are hearing are in the pipeline as well, it is becoming more recognized. And so, yes, I would encourage and entreat anyone that is interested in this line of work, bringing your talent out in the poetry sector. In writing, there, it has always paid. If you are able to do it well and be unique in your own way, it has always been a worthy venture.
Sure. So I'm a freestyle work.
Hey! Then let's go to Bernard House. I rack up something. By the time you come back to me, I would be having a freestyle with you.
Yes. What was the question?
How you are seeing yourself going to the future?
In the future.
Big.
Looks like I'm the forerunner of magic in Ghana. So, yeah, I've been able to inspire a couple of people, and they are also coming. But that aside, I think I'm making waves. I've just started. There is a brighter future ahead. There is a long way to explore, more lands to explore, And I'm not looking at Ghana alone, no. Last month, I went to Nigeria to perform magic. I've been to Dubai to perform magic, South Africa. So I think we are just started. Yeah, we are just starting. That aside, these talents expose you to do a lot of other things, and that's what we are looking at doing them. Yeah, so it's a bright future. I mightn't be able to talk into details about what it is,
Okay.
but then I know
So
it's
now are you
booming.
doing it full time?
Yeah, it's full time.
full-time.
It's not now. From when I started, I
When you
decided to
started.
go full force.
So how long have you been doing the magic?
I'm in my 7th year. I'm celebrating my 7th anniversary professional,
Oh,
right? When I decided to go professional, I'm in my 7th year now.
I see.
Yeah.
Alex, yeah, back to you.
So, I would do this one that it's in my pad, and I haven't performed it anywhere. And so I am doing this for Gospel 101
Thank you.
exclusive. More than ever, in a cold world, men need the word in this rough weather. Young, we have forgotten Matthew 24, thinking bet will make things better. All chained and dragged by money, even the church. We are all tipsy on fornication in the dark, out here in shiny dress, hiding behind titles, and we are the quickest to judge. The doom of man is fast on him, yet he sings his ballads instead of his dirge. The music of choirs, perfect in notes, but its sanctity are spears in his nose. Treble's intent is not worship, but for one guy she eyes to tremble. Alto chromatics not in spirit, all to attract applause of the temple. Tenor and skills on tempo to tenor, tension to his own handsome face, and that deep-voiced guy has spotted a girl he would like tonight to take to his base. Is it a choir or brothel? Here to rehearse or fondle. Complain that members don't stay, they come, they run away. When you have made it a conconsa hub, a fashion runway. Elder and pastors, leaders of the flock, why are you winding faster the hands of the clock? The deadly things in secret you do where no man pass, then come and mount the pulpit and pulpit of hell on us. Even to you and I, we the members on the pews, who dare to blame and doubt God, yet increasing your excuses every day when it is time for God, yet any time or anything for pleasure, we are available to add views. There is no time again. Seek the blood. Let him give the only detergent that worships Ma to you. Christian, it's not about marking looks. The night retires soon for dawn. You can see it in your yawn. So let the church free from flesh for faith, for love of Christ from ill act of romance. He brews judgment in a cauldron, and soon each one of us will be called on. Why not build a heavy heavenly account as we wait? Why not make sure your flyer reads called into glory and not the late? Not late when we have all the time to prepare to meet our long-awaited in the air.
Whoa. So what inspired you to write this?
I was in this mood one day. I was reminiscing about my life. I haven't had a perfect life. And I was thinking, would you be that kind of guy that said you are an Adventist, you are in the choir, you are in this, but because of some shady things you have been doing, that day you will not be allowed. So the word latter rain kept dawning on me. And sometimes I am able to write lyrics of music. And so some lyrics came into my head, and I found myself singing the lyrics. I just had rhythm to it, and I was singing the lyrics. And when that thing inspired me, I just got into what we call the zone.
Yeah.
And then it started coming. I started writing this.
It's Bernard, coming to you. Memorable moments, being now with me, I can say, I deal with you, like Mekaya and Mammy J. And I say, Mammy Rare Hope, what started talent in Jumawi.
And you be real. So
My
one of them was yeah. One of them was when I got a call to come and perform, and the conversation was like, make sure when you're coming everything is on point. I come to perform for a
Yeah,
very
dressing.
high profile person. Then I say, every day I'm on point. Every day my performances are top. High profile, Ben. You. It's a very, I think one of the best, if not the best resorts, Safari Valley. And they called me and the pay was good, and I was like, what? Okay.
And I was starting, and that was the highest amount.
Yeah. As at the time, that was the highest I had ever received.
Okay.
And this was in like 2021 or 2020. I don't know, 2020.
COVID.
Okay.
Yeah, 2020. Then it was 21. Yeah, 2021. Then at the time, I had received 4,000 CDs.
For a performance before.
Yes. No, that was...
For that one.
I was like, whoa. And I went there, and guess who I was going to perform for? The vice president.
That's
I was
why.
like, wow.
It's
On point.
They were on point in there.
And that was a humbling experience for me, because then in all you are doing, there are moments where you realize, okay,
Yeah.
I've not been a
Yeah.
fool. Okay, society might be wrong just on this. Okay, I've followed my heart and I think it's yielding results. So that moment was a defining moment. Now I had performed on other stages with minimal pay, but for me to pitch myself, and I was of all. Oh yeah, yeah. And oh, my props number. Yeah. Okay, so I would have to forgo the mic. Yes, that's fine. So this is it. When I was coming, right, I have my wallet with me here.
Okay.
It has a card. It's a prediction, right? It's a prediction.
Can I see?
No, it's a prediction. Don't worry. It's a prediction, right? And it's locked, right? So I can't do anything here. All these cards, okay, with signature on them too. All these cards are different. Say stop randomly.
Stop.
I'm gonna let me see. Does it matter?
It was here. You made it disappear?
Okay, but if we can't find the marker, I think we could right? Okay, here's the marker. Sign the surface, not the back, like the front of it. You can put your name or whatever it is. Yes. Nice. That's fine. That's fair enough. So this is it. Has everyone seen it?
Let me show you.
No, he's not zoomed.
Cool.
I wouldn't.
Okay, so this is what I wrote on the card. All right.
Yeah.
Did we see it? I think the camera didn't really get it. If you can come again.
Okay, so I think it's showing now. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's fair enough. So I want you to think about your card like thoroughly, right? This is what you are going
What
to.
about it? What I wrote on it about?
So whenever I shuffle cards, people think I put them
Let
at
me
the bottom.
shuffle.
Like I'm coming. People think I put them at the bottom, right? But that's not your
But
card.
can't I also shuffle?
No, if you want to shuffle, you
I
can
want
shuffle.
to.
But I'm coming. Also, people think I put it on top. But was that your card?
No.
That was not. If you want to shuffle, that's fine.
I want to.
And that's one thing about magic. People usually don't know what is coming. So once I go through this, your card is not at the bottom, it's not on top. I want you to think of your card carefully, right? And done. Think of your card. This is what I want you to do. Imagine, you remember that from the beginning I said, can you find your card? You realize that if you watch through, look through, can you find your card somewhere? Have you seen your card somewhere? Okay. No, the last one. This is the last one. Or I should go over again. Can you find your card somewhere? because I don't know if you remember what I said from the beginning. Do you remember what I said from the beginning about?
There was a card in.
Yes.
You said it's
A prediction.
It's a prediction.
Uh-huh.
Unzip it from that side. Unzip it yourself. Yeah,
Backwards.
unzip it. And inside here, there is one card. You can move it and check.
Like, how did it get there? How? I sure you have any
Oh,
card
no.
in this?
No,
I should have checked first. Let's do it again.
probably you think, oh, that card was in. But where is
Uh-huh.
your card that was here?
It wasn't there.
It's no longer here. And even if I knew you were going to select the ace of
Mhm.
spades, it didn't have that signature.
Mhm.
Whatever you did.
So how did it happen? Can you tell us a little bit about how you do this?
That's the
well-
trade secrets.
Yeah, it's a
Oh, no,
trade
but
secret.
then at least you can see just
Yeah,
a little bit
I
about
practice a lot, a whole lot.
it. Okay.
Right, there is the aspect where I practice, like on endless practice. Even if I'm walking on the roads, you might see me hold cards, shuffle, like just even while we're here talking,
Yeah.
you realize that at every moment I
You
was
do it.
doing this, right? They are all things to sharpen my skills. All these are ways. This particular skill, it took me over 2 weeks to master this, right? So
You learn it on your own.
yeah. There are no magicians to learn from in Ghana, so everything is
But I know
self-taught.
one magician in Nigeria. Maybe he could be your role model or something.
Probably I'm role modeling him.
I like that.
No, I met the Nigerian magicians, and well, I think there was a lot to learn on both ends, from my side and from their side. So
Okay, right. So Alex, to you,
On what particularly?
yeah, one memorable moment you never
Ah.
will forget.
I think I don't know why it is quite a coincidence to yours too, but it also has to do with a leader, one of the presidents. I will not mention the name. That I had to work for them. Probably at that time I was quite young, and when I finished, they gave me X amount of money. Then I came. Then everybody was like, "What's that, Papa? Do you know the money they are giving you? This is peanuts. This is nothing. Like, you got nothing." I said, "Oh, no problem. At least I
So
have."
was it like Omubisa or
No.
one year you are going to take?
No. So apparently this is how it works. There is an agency in between,
Okay.
and then they will take it from the communications team from that place, and then they would bring you on board
yes,
that this person is working. Then they would give you. So it looks like the agency underpaid me, and it was that bad. And at the end of the day, when the whole thing went through, when I'm hard, then like you are feeling social media attacks, like it looks like you've gone for something big, and
Yeah, you're trying to
and
say I'm out.
and so it still pains me that how did I allow myself
So
to?
how was it like? We and I were like J and I was J, and
Yes.
you said thank you. You
Oh,
didn't say anything.
oh!
And I
I
were giving an envelope, so you didn't know what was actually in.
no, I was giving. Even if it was an envelope, it would have been quite respectable. They counted.
That, oh, so they're making, I'm not so wrong. At least if you're going for a program, maybe I will tell you that this is the money we are giving. Say, Oshana and you're okay, Mawa. You tell them. say,
I get
maybe
him.
I say,
His is
oh,
from
by excitement.
at the moment,
And
that's
it-
at that time, and for the work he
The enthusiasm in what you've done, the level
Yes.
you've reached
And-
with poetry.
and the amount they
who
will
is
give him, he will
calling
think
you
is
at
the
that
best.
point? Yeah.
That is the issue, and one critical thing that talents are lacking here in Ghana and even Africa is management and the business aspect of talent, and that is what every talent also needs to study or get somebody to teach them. Somebody that will hold your hand, a business-minded person that can make money for your talent as well. Sometimes you are gifted with the talent, but you don't know that aspect, how to negotiate.
So, do you have a team now, or you still work alone?
I don't really have a team, but I have a couple of friends around me. When it comes to, say, if I have any legal trouble right now, I have a friend that is working
I'm saying in
with
terms
me.
of moving to go and work, do you have people?
No, I don't move with the team. I don't. But when we are talking business now, I am more enlightened, especially because of some things I have done.
Experience.
Yes,
Now you have your terms and conditions.
of course. Now, when you come, I would give you a whole paper, and it will be a contract. And so, yes, sometimes these things. That is why we say, if the church
Yes.
held us, all these things we will learn.
Yeah.
And we'll have people, and maybe when we are closing out, when I'm giving some shout outs to some people, there have been a few people, especially in my church, like some 1-2 people that were like, no, come, I'll take you here, and they have helped in numerous ways.
Sure. Right. So wrapping up on today's discussion,
So sad we are wrapping up.
what would you say motivates you guys to keep on moving? Because I know even as at now, acceptance level no,
Okay.
drew baby eye.
Okay.
What is still keeping you? Is it the money?
No,
It's
it
that
has
when
never
you
been
were
the
young,
money
yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Money,
We would have quit
there are
long
lots of
ago.
avenues, like, yeah.
It has never been the money.
Never.
It's I see. I have a vision. I used to tell my friends that the kind of poetry I am doing,
Yeah.
I want to see impact. And so I want to see my words bringing impact into the youth.
So
They
you
turn.
have people mentor more.
Yes. A lot of people look up to me. From church. One of the days I went to church. I had missed church for like 2 weeks. And then this woman walked to me and it was like, my son said you have not been to church for 2 weeks and he misses his mentor. He looks up to you, how you dress, how you talk. I said, wow. And I have been coming to church just anyhow. And because of your son, I would.
Yeah.
So yes, a lot of people look up to me. Yes. Okay. And it is because of the vision I have. I foresee poetry being a pivot for change, being an antidepressant. Like I foresee it healing. I foresee poetry healing. And that is the kind of movement I am amassing. That is the direction I am heading towards.
Sure. Okay. Ben.
I think it's still in the same light. There is nothing much about that. It's not about the money. No, we take the money because we have to survive. But the goal is grander than that. We look at the impact we can live on.
Okay.
And maybe I can say impact, but me too, the money counts.
Of course, it push you. A man who said it is worth it.
Yeah, moving forward.
Yes.
Something that can sustain myself, my family, and all those things.
So, and then a discussion, in fact, I mean, it's so interesting. What advice you have for young people out there who are looking up to you? They want to be like you. I want to be like Bernard the Magician. I want to be like Kobe, Lexus, right? What do you have to tell such people, Ben?
There is this quote by Jim Rohn I love so much. It says that make sure you find out all you can do, even if you can't do all you find out you can do, right? So that is it. Out there are a lot of things, and I think the culture, the society is hindering people. Obi call SS no we no nya 80s koye medicine, koye pharmacy, koye law, koye engineering, and that is it. But there are lots of innate abilities people carry that are being buried, right? So people, and I think this advice should go to parents mostly.
Okay.
They should help explore the talents the kids and their children have. They should give enabling environment to be able to let these people go ahead of life and other things. One thing I also realized is the fact that the punishment if you don't succeed in what you are doing is very high for people to risk the chance. Because Mayor Magic said, but if there is that support that you don't worry, you do it until you succeed, we there for you. That would help. So if parents are able to see through that, okay, my child is a good poet, okay, go to Talented Kids, do whatever you want to do. We are going to boost up with you, are going to do whatever you can to make sure it succeeds, then people would have the ability to come out or more often. Yeah.
Right.
I would also, since we are dropping quotes like it's a cold weather, I would also I would also start with saying that there is this wise saying. I have forgotten exactly who did it and exactly how he put it, but it sounds something like society is not suffering from the evil of bad men, but from the silence of good men. And so whatever you
I
have,
think it's Socrates who said
okay, so whatever you have, what God has given you, what society has groomed you to be, and you call it a talent, you call it an innate ability. You're able to draw, you're able to sing, you're able to do makeup in a different way, you're able to do something uniquely. Please don't dumb it down or put it under the bed. It is meant for a certain difference.
Sure.
Keep doing it and let it become a change and fight. Society will fight you. I like some quote about corruption. They say corruption will always fight back. And so if you fighting corruption are not stronger, corruption will defeat you. So society will fight you, but you can win and you should win, or else you will be a laughing stock.
Right.
You will be a laughing stock.
Okay. So your social media handle, so that in fact someone will look you up, they can reach out or follow you for a whole lot of vibing.
my own is Bernard the Magician. BERNARDTHEMAGICIAN.
Sure.
Right, Bernard the Magician on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, me. So yeah, you can just see me, or just check Ghana's #1 magician, or African #1 magician.
It will pop up in the feeds.
Alright, darling.
Okay, so before I drop it, I said I would have to give some shout outs because these
Yeah,
people
shout
actually
outs, yeah,
these people actually helped my talent, and when we praise them, other people will take cue from it to also help other talents in their churches. So Elder Frederick Kwamla Asari, he has played a key role in my writing and in my poetry. He has appreciated it. And then my godfather, Elder Matthew Donko at Official Town SDA Church, and my friends in the church. We call ourselves Under Trees Ministry. Anytime you come to Official Town,
so
yeah, the Under Trees
Under
Ministry.
trees.
Yes. So anytime you come to Off Town and you are hungry, come. We'll feed you.
Then
And
I'll come.
of course, when you come, just say, I'm looking for UTM. Even the church pastor knows, Pastor Hickson
Okay.
knows that
Where food they are.
we will serve you. So my handle is the Kobe Lexus, TheCobby. My Kobe is with a C, COBBY. The Lexus is LEXYZ.
Wow.
LEXYZ. The Kobe Lexus on Instagram. My ex is not really active. I am also quite active on Facebook, but I'm mostly active on Instagram.
Okay.
Yes, and then my WhatsApp 0556 037 831. 0556 037 831. Whatever the case be, let's talk, whether business or not.
Thank you so much, guys.
Shout out, yes.
Shout out, okay.
And
Kakakre.
compounding.
So the Legon Youth Department, they've held me down. When I'm doing shows, they promote it a lot. Then Clemento Suarez, I think he's the one person I'll be able to single. But all the others, Obian Ponsa, he's SZ, and he's one of the comedians who has been very phenomenal in what I do. So I think off the top of my head, there are lots of them, but
Sure.
just these people are going to be mentioned, and say thank you to them.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. In
Thank
fact,
you
it
too.
has been so amazing having you here today. Meaning say, it was your phone some more fear, Esia Adie Bebre.
Chindi and Shadan come. Chino Kura.
Next time, I record you more. So God bless you and keep doing what you are doing. Meaning say, more drink pa, and then you are still with the church and kakra where you want to be, by God's grace. Meaning say, you guys will get there. Thank you so much, Brett.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you,
Too.
Alex.
Thank
I
you.
know that saying I was so issue.
Of course.
Right. Okay. I was here for a Hannah Brebe my crying and my end the episode no issue. Like I said earlier on, at the end I na yesia a talents sorry name I be boama gospel no akwetre no ehun komo na yedi da ye music and there minim say the fufra we need dakra and abro. My name is Evelyn Selassie. That's sende ye be sense share Gospel 101. Kindly follow us on our social media handles. We are Gospel 101 on TikTok and on YouTube. Nyaminka ye ho ye be sense share. Till we meet again. Stay blessed and stay safe. Bye bye.
By the time you figure out my worth, I'll be worth more. I'll be safe though.